Hello, everyone. This is just a short video to update you on what I've been doing so far and why I haven't really been putting out a lot of content on YouTube in the last couple of months. I've been very busy working on my new book, which is on the JFK assassination. And it's taking a lot of research and a lot of effort, and rightfully so. If you want to do a book right, you need to get into all of that research. So there's no shortcuts here. So that's why I've been taking my time and being methodical in the research and in sourcing my material. So, but the good news is I've written 5 chapters now, and I only have a few more to go. And I'm hoping to have it out by the end of the year. Definitely will be early next year for sure. But the book is going well. And, I'm putting as much work into this book as I have my previous books. And, every time somebody puts out a new book or a new album, like a rock star puts out a new album, they always say things like, "Oh, I worked really hard on this one." No, I put the same level and same effort into all my books, and this is no exception. But it required a few years of research and at least a year or two of writing. So and making sure you get it right. The thing is, with writing a book, you could write a page in one day, but you could spend all day on that one page because you're making corrections. You want to, you're proofreading it, and then you read it back. You come back to it later, and there's a few things I want to change. So it can be very time consuming, but it's well worth it to get the content right. So my book on the JFK assassination is the first five chapters are now proofread, and all the material is sourced, and all the photos are in place. Everything is updated so far now. So I haven't got a very much I haven't got a lot of work more. I haven't got that much more work to do on it. So definitely it'll be out by the end of this year or early next year, and I'll keep everybody updated on that. The other topic I want to talk about is my new book with Robin Landry. Um, for those of you that already have a copy of this, I just want to let you know I changed the cover. So you've already read this book. So for those of you that have this book, do not buy it. Again, it's the same book. But we decided to change the cover. It just is marketing much better with this new cover. And I think the cover actually helps the content more, sort of, it gives you an idea of where this book is going. It's a fiction book. And for those of you who don't know, this is my most recent book with co-author Robin Landry. And my first two books are nonfiction. This book is fiction. And the reason why we decided to write in fiction is because it gives you the opportunity to speculate as to, we wrote it in fiction form, that is. And the reason for that being is it gives you the opportunity to speculate rather it gives you more of a latitude is what I'm trying to say. It gives you more latitude and to speculate as to why and how they faked the Apollo moon missions. So that's in here. When we do a lot of speculating on that, and I think you'll enjoy it. The reviews so far are quite good. I appreciate that. So again, that's Between the Lies. And for those of you that already have the original book, this is the same book. Okay, so please don't buy it twice. But for those of you out there who are not familiar with this, it's now on Amazon, Between the Lies by Randy Walsh and Robin Landry. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about, I have been avoiding some interviews because I've been so busy with other things and other projects, including my book on the JFK assassination. I will be connecting with Marcus Allen soon. We're doing a series on his book, very good book. For those of you, check out my YouTube channel for that. Who are not familiar with his book, please check it out. It's just, I think just check the previous video. You'll learn all about it. And I want to finish that series with Marcus Allen, and so I'm going to be connecting with him soon. And I have been invited for another interview this week. So I'll keep you posted on that. I'm actually going to ask him, the host, if he doesn't mind, Robert Williams from Apollo Detective, downloading his videos so as he can he does a lot of really good work editing, and so hopefully he'll post it on his channel as well. So I'll keep everybody updated on that too. And last, I'm going to be making a series of short videos. Now, these short videos are going to be about 40, 50 seconds. You'll see a couple now coming on after this video. They're about 40, 50 seconds. They're mainly for TikTok and Instagram. However, I'm going to post them here on YouTube. Why not? Because I can link them and then post them on Facebook as well. But so I know for people who are familiar with my work, you know what I'm going to say in these videos. So this is just, why not? If I'm making a video, I may as well post them on all my platforms, and that includes BitChute and Rumble. The other thing with YouTube is that I have been hesitant to really do put out a lot of content, only for the simple reason that there's a lot of censorship going on here on this particular platform. So I haven't been putting a lot of effort into pushing my channel, and as it is, the algorithm is not pushing our content anyway. Anybody's doing this type of subject is not having their content pushed a lot by the algorithm. So I'm always reluctant to push it here. I'll still post content here, but I'm not putting a lot of effort into it. But I will definitely still post content here. I like YouTube and want to keep the channel. So unfortunately, there's a lot of censorship, and we all have to be aware of that. There's some other projects I'm working on too. After I get the JFK book out, Robin and I will revisit this and do a part two. That right now is not my priority. My priority is my book on the JFK assassination. But we will get to this. And then I'm going to be working on another book that is encompassing some of the major conspiracies of the 20th century, one of them being the music industry. And that will include a lot. Actually, I'll be talking mostly about the Beatles. Now, for all of you out there, I'm a Beatles fan. I like the Beatles. Um, some of the best music. I mean, I was a teenager in the 70s when the Beatles were no longer together, but they individually they were putting out albums, and I had um, the opportunity of waiting for the next album to come out. So, that was a good experience, and I really enjoyed it. Still do. I still love the music and the Beatles, and then, of course, their individual work in the 70s. But I also realize now that the Beatles were a deception. They were talented. They could sing well. They were good. But I'm beginning to realize from a lot of research that I've been doing right now, it's obvious that they had a lot more help than we were told. I mean, I know they weren't musically trained, and which so you wonder how they wrote some of those complex musical phrases. And I know some people out there will say, well, the fact that they weren't trained gave them more of a latitude to think of new and innovative ideas, and that's partly true. But you do need some training. You do need some formal training. Even some of the greatest guitarists in the world, like Andre Segovia and Julian Bream, the classical guitarists. I think they are the two top-rated classical guitarists of the 20th century. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that they self-taught. They were self-taught. They learned, but they learned musical theory as well, and they got famous. So now there is some validity to the fact that if you're not formally trained, you come up with more creative ideas. There is a lot of validity to that, but there is a limit, right? There is a limit. And with those two guitars, I believe they finally did take formal lessons, but when they reached fame. But when it comes to the Beatles and other, not all rock groups, but other rock groups of that era and even today, you'll find a lot of them are manufactured. And I'm going to be talking about that in a chapter in that book I mentioned on some of the major conspiracies of the 20th century. So I'm going to be talking about that as well. And again, the Beatles, I think their music is some of the best around. I'm not knocking the music. I love the music, and I really and like their individual work, but I think there's a lot more behind them. And there's some evidence now that there was even different singers singing on tracks. So I'll get more into that. If you want me to make a video about that, a short video, I will. And I can explain more on where I'm going with this. Leave some comments below if you're interested in that. I'll certainly do that. So anyway, that's just a brief update on what I'm doing. And I'll keep you posted on how my book on the JFK assassination is going, and as well as I have a couple of other interviews coming up, so I'll let you know about that as well. So that's all for now, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you.